Hello, hello, beautifuls. I am just going to dive right in. I'm going in with the Ginzing Moisturizer by Origins, and I absolutely love this stuff. It smells amazing, and it's just been one of my favorites lately. I definitely would suggest picking it up. Once I do that, I'm using the Benefit Cosmetics POREfessional, and this stuff has just been like my absolute favorite. I've gone through a lot of different primers and it really does work. You can see it working, a before and after. Just, you know, I would suggest even trying that because it really does what it says it's going to do and definitely minimizes the pores. So I do that before I do my foundation. Next I'm going in with the Revlon ColorStay Whipped Foundation. This is in the color Medium Beige, and I absolutely love this foundation. Trust me when I say that I have tried a ton of foundations and this has been my absolute favorite. It's more of a full coverage, so obviously you have to be into full coverage for this to be something that you would like. But even as far as the way that it feels on my skin, it doesn't feel like a very heavy foundation, but it just stays on for hours. And I just love getting home and seeing that my face doesn't look like a complete disaster and that my makeup has actually stayed where it's supposed to stay. So I definitely suggest at least trying it out and seeing how it works for you. And not to mention, it's such a good affordable price compared to the other things I've tried. So next I'm going to be going in with concealer. This is the MAC Prolong Wear Concealer, and I'm using a beauty blender to blend this in. Definitely need to use a beauty blender in my opinion, just because of the fact that if you don't blend this in, it can look so ridiculous. And I've done it and I've seen girls do it before where they just have these, like, you can just tell it doesn't look natural. It doesn't look the way that, you know, an airbrushed face would look. It looks like you have big white, like you're an albino raccoon basically. And that's not really what we're trying to look like. So I definitely suggest making sure that you have something that's really going to blend it out. And the beauty blender for me has been the best thing that I've used so far to do that. I've used a lot of brushes by MAC, I've used brushes by Sigma, and this one is just, I don't know, it does what it's supposed to do for concealer specifically. I love it. So definitely pick that up if you have not already. I just found out about it, so yeah. Now I'm using the Too Faced Primed and Poreless with a big powder brush by Sigma, and this stuff is just my absolute favorite setting powder. I've used a lot of different ones as well. It's been a lot of trial and error for me apparently. I'm like talking this out and I realize how much of everything I've used, and I know that things change constantly, so definitely keep looking for better alternatives as well. Next I'm using the I think it's Laguna, and it's by Nars. This is one of my favorite bronzers. I'm using a contouring brush by Nars as well, and the brush is the 21 brush on it, but I think there's some other name for it as well. I absolutely love this brush. It is my all-time favorite for putting on bronzer and contouring my nose and, you know, different things like that. It just is the right, you know, amount of everything. It's awesome. And I got this actually for like $15 from Australia, I think, and it was on eBay. I went to the store and for whatever reason they didn't have it in stock, and I figured I would be ballsy and see if this was the real deal, and supposedly it is. I mean, I brought it into Nordstrom and they verified it, but either way I really don't care, so it's doing the job. Next I'm going in with a blush from MAC, and I honestly have no idea what the name of this blush is. I will find out and list it below. And it's a really pinky color, and I'm using a duo fiber brush by Sigma to put it on. This is for blush. I like it because it minimizes how much of the color it picks up and keeps it kind of on the lighter side. Next I'm going in with Albatros, which is one of my favorite highlighters by Nars, and I'm using a highlighting brush by Sigma, just putting it on the highest parts of my face where the sun would hit. And of course, back to my Too Faced Primed and Poreless to blend everything out. We want to make sure that there's no lines and it looks flawless and just airbrush. That's what the whole goal would be. Studio Fix, and that's a really great setting spray. I also use the Urban Decay DeSlick mattifying setting spray, which is awesome too. For eyes, I'm going in with a paint pot, and this is in the color Soft Ochre by MAC. and I'm just covering my entire eye and lid with it. This is a great base before you go in with your shadows, and it's one of my favorites. I usually switch between this one and the color Painterly, so it just depends on what you want to do. I'm going in with a blending brush by Sigma. This is, I believe, the taper blending brush, and this is in the color Soft Brown. This is MAC, and it's just a great color to switch between a light eyeshadow and a dark eyeshadow. You can use a lot of different options, so I mean, you're not limited to that, but you want to just stick with a medium brown or something that's going to kind of mesh well with the other colors, but not really be thinking of anything other than going between the light color and the dark color. So this is just going to make transitioning not as difficult, and it's going to smooth out those lines. So just going back and forth in windshield wiper motions. Next, I'm using the color Woodwinked with, I think I'm using the 242 brush there. That's the MAC brush. Yep, I am. And that's my favorite shader brush. It just picks up the most color for me, and I really, really like it. I'm going in now with, what color is that? I have no idea. I will list it in the product box below, but I'm blending it out, whatever it is. I believe it's like Brown Script, I want to say. I think it's Brown Script. I will find out. But now I'm going in with a darker color, and that is in the color Sketch. This is going to be where you kind of put in your V, which is, wow, that sounded so weird. I'm lining my eye with this, and I'm also going into my crease with this. And I'm using a pencil brush to go underneath my eye as well. You can do that kind of as a liner, and it just makes the look a little bit softer. Next, I'm going in again with my blending brush, and like I said in the beginning, you really just want to make sure that there's no harsh lines with this. So I mean, I will blend and blend and blend to make sure that that doesn't happen, and so it just looks really smooth and flawless. I've been saying that word a lot. Flawless, 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 flawless. Next, I'm going in with a shorter shader brush by Sigma, and I'm using the color Shroom, and I'm using that on my brow bone just to kind of highlight there. That color is so universal, it just works with everything, and it's just one of my favorites as far as highlighting underneath your eye. I usually go between that one and the color Rice Paper. Next, I'm going in with a MAC liquid liner, and just trying to make this line as small as I can. I don't want it to be like a big thick line. This look is supposed to be more on the simple side, not anything that's going to be crazy dramatic. I'm still having fun with it, but obviously don't want to go crazy. It's more of a Sunday fun day look in my opinion, which it was Sunday when I did this. So anyways, just going in there, and I kind of just go sketch slowly as close as I can to my actual lid, my eyelash line I mean. Next, I'm going in with the color Soft Brown, and this is by Anastasia. This is the Brow Wiz. I love this thing. Oh, I think I forgot something that was in my purse, and my little helper handed it to me, aka my boyfriend. But I'm using Soft Brown there just to go ahead and do my eyebrows. You want to make sure that you're always doing your eyebrows, especially when you do your whole face and your eyes. I mean, it just, your eyebrows are really the first and one of the most important things, because it just provides so much symmetry to the rest of your face, and it makes such a difference with finishing the look out. So if you're gonna do it, make sure you do your eyebrows. And I'm taking my time on this, and I try to go from the end of my eye and end at the other end of my eye. So there you go. Now you can see, you can kind of line it up to make sure that you're carrying out the tail end of your eyebrow as long as it's supposed to. And next, I am going to do this for the rest of my life. Just kidding. I'm taking a really long time on this. But I didn't know if I should fast forward through stuff like that. Okay, this is kind of weird, but sometimes if I can't find my brow gel and my bathroom sink is a complete mess and I can't see, I spray hairspray on my spoolie as a way of replacing the brow gel, and it totally works. So call it whatever you want to call it, but it works for me. My eyebrows stay in place. You can use regular hair gel. You do not have to use some fancy brow gel. I do have the one by Anastasia and I love it, but if you don't have it, it's really not that big of a deal. Alright, and I am using a liner brush now by Sigma, and I think I'm going back in with the color Sketch and just lining my eyes at the bottom on top of the black liner that I put on, and back again on my bottom lash line as well. And this is really one of the last things that I do before I go in with my mascara. Helps to blend the whole look out. Next, I'm going in with a black eyeliner by Urban Decay, and this is in the color 0. And I'm just tight lining where I'm going to be putting my mascara on next to kind of darken my eyes without putting on very heavy eyeliner. And this mascara is by L'Oreal, and it is the Collagen Volumizing Mascara. I love it, my new favorite. Lastly, I'm using a lip balm before I put on the color Myth, which is a nude color by MAC, and Chroma on top to kind of give it that peach color. And that is my lip and my full face tutorial for you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my videos.